You brought.
I know. I'm afraid of messing.
Well, we're live. We're live. What's up, Get Technical?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Get Technical. I'm Neil Hamilton. We got some loud music here. We're here to talk about some stocks and sectors that have strength to find opportunities to make money in the markets. Let's wait for our live viewers to trickle in.
They're probably still trapped in the vortex that is Power Hour.
No comment. Let me clean this up a little bit. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Just focus on the bare necessities for XLK, our technology. ETF. What's up, Dan P? Let's go. Let's fucking go.
YouTube.
What's up? Let's fucking go. How much longer before let's effing go is like old? Do you think it's already sort of getting there? Let's fucking go. Let's go. Stocks, let's go.
I don't know, because I feel like it has some good, application, like in sporting events, stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see if it becomes, how do they say, passé.
Sure. All right. XLK, looking at this purely from the Bollinger Band, looks like a buying opportunity to me. It's like saying "what's up," yeah.
What's up?
Aaron, when was the first time that you saw the "What's up" commercial? The Bud Light. Was it Bud Light?
What's up? Yeah, I'm from St. Louis, which is where Anheuser-Busch is located, headquartered. So I've been very in tune with the Bud Light commercials from a young age.
Makes sense.
The one with the little dog that runs around like a Super Bowl commercial.
Probably.
Clydesdales. I think about
guys.
The Office though when I say "what's up." All right, let's get to stuff.
No, that's all right. That's all right. That's what she said. So, look, guys. XLK technology. I drew a little support line here, anchored on these two levels. Here, let me see where it's actually anchored. It's anchored on this level on the 21st of September of last year, and then the second one is this more recent dip on the 8th of March. And this is where I'm watching. This is my line in the sand. Where if we break down past the support, I'm going to look for another trend line and see what sort of channel we're trading in. But looking at this, yes, our Bollinger Band, which is what you should always have on for your trends to get an idea of entry and exit points, or just like plain out entry points. I mean, I'll be straight up. I rode, let me go just to demonstrate this sort of concept. I rode XHB for quite some time. Just every time it crossed down to the lower standard deviation as an entry. And if you're playing it that way, I mean, you're like that. You're like that. Before you're touching down again. So you're really you're getting more than just simply holding it. So it's a really good tool. How's my plant? Not good.
Also happy I did not get frosted tips, although that would be pretty freaking sweet if I did. I think it's just the lighting in here. It's like,
dude, I was gonna mention something. I was like, haircut? Like, what's the deal? It looks like you drove to work in a convertible.
Yeah, did I not tell you about the new Beamer I got?
Wow. You didn't.
Well, it's just like frosted tips. Pretty freaking sweet.
All right. Okay, so we were looking at XLK technology. Might be an entry point, but this is some pretty pretty severe volatility. Experienced investors might look at this downward slope that we've established here on our 20-day, albeit something that's happened recently. We're in strange times here. This one is a bit more severe in terms of the acceleration of this arc here. Maybe looking at this as a sign that we were entering a bearish term. What I would say is that if this is my line in the sand, this support line, I'm not going to get totally bearish on XLK until that happens. I'm cautious. I'm very cautious. But I'm not like I'm not telling people, don't wait till, you know. So that's XLK. Let's look at our sectors. Let's see what's performing right now, and then you guys can hit me with some ETFs, or not ETFs, with some picks. I'm looking at sector ETFs. XHP, let's go. Let's freaking go. Little touch. The breakdown of structure here isn't too bad on XHB home builders. We got some sort of housing and development reports that were not great, which kind of kicked us while we were already down, crossing past our 20-day moving average here on XHB. But this isn't the first time that we've seen two outside candles crossing us down past the median. In fact, you can see that here. You can see it a few times. So this has happened in the past, not quite this magnitude, but we did have just a really nice run here. Is the music loud? It's like really loud for me. AB, can you hear me?
Yeah, it can go a few notches down, but I don't think it's like so loud to where we can't hear you.
All right. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. All right. Well, thanks for watching the replay there, my man. Dallas, Texas. Guys, give me your pickers if you're feeling good on a Tuesday. Did I say pickers? Let's picker some tickers, guys. Let's see them. I want to check in on my pick and see if it's time to enter. What was my pick? What was my pick from yesterday, producer AB?
The SXC.
Boom, baby. That's right. Let's take a look.
Andre, do I remember Vici? Of course I remember Vici. Little Vici. Vici.
Yeah, we'll touch on the Vici as well. Has our entry happened? Not quite, buddy. Look at all these these yellow dotted lines that you see here are all by price alerts. This is me saying, like, listen, MFer, you will not miss this entry. And we're not quite there. We've got to break out of this little consolidation phase that we're in. It hasn't quite happened yet. But there's still hope, my friends. We haven't broken this support here. But we've got this resistance line. I'm looking for something like $7.40, $7.41 to get in, and then the real entry is 8.10 because we got to get out of this. We got to get a strong impulsive move out of this corrective phase here on SXC Suncoke Energy, the coking coal company, which is the coal that heats up steel. You light it on fire and it makes the steel. Let me know if the stream is a little bit choppy.
It's okay for me. So wait, Neil, I have a question. When you set these price targets, are you setting like limit orders or to buy?
No, absolutely fuck no. I'm sorry, listeners. Absolutely not. Don't do that. Because what can happen is so I want, as you know, I set a line in the sand, and then I want a green candle body close above that line, right? But what can happen is you get one of those candles that does one of these to you. It gets up there and it goes boop. It touches it or goes past it and then goes back down. So I would have bought it and lost money immediately, and then it might still be hitting resistance at a lower level. So I'm not doing limit orders to buy at those levels. Everyone's saying the stream's lagging. Give me a 1 in the chat if the stream is good. Give me a 2 if the stream is bad. And this is not a quality critique. You can put those in the comments box. Is Power Hour still on?
No, we just
Yo.
Yeah.
Is it what I think it is?
No, I don't think so. We had the redirect set. We just did not have a lot of people joining us for Power Hour today.
Oh man, guys, thanks for the one. So that means the stream is good for most people. We're getting a couple twos. Yeah, hit that refresh. Can I show you a little trick, guys? This show isn't just one is not bad. One is good.
Wait,
dude, what are you doing? Come on, man. One good. What's up with Bitcoin?
What is up with Bitcoin?
What is up with Bitcoin is that it had, guys, okay, so there's a couple things. I'm going to show you a couple things. Number one is when you need to do a hard refresh on something, go to the URL at the top. Oh, that doesn't work.
Let's go.
Go to the URL at the top
Yeah,
and add, oh my God, there's a sale for Benzinga Pro down here. For just $9.97, you get to try. Hey, can you mute yourself for God's sakes? For just $9.97, you can try Benzinga Pro for a full 30 days. It's called Test Flight. If you add a question mark to the end of your URL, it will do a hard refresh where it clears your cache. So try that with your YouTube. Or just hold Shift F5. Exactly right, Jason B. Very good. Very, very good. So talking about Bitcoin, very simply speaking, this is a good old-fashioned rounded top. We like to talk about big, fat, rounded bottoms because they have potential to shoot up. Well, big, fat, rounded tops have the same thing, except for they shoot down, and that's what happened here with good old Bitcoin. There is a thing going around that went completely viral, which is this concept of Wyckoff distribution. Some dude from back in the Dizzy day outlined basically how institutions manipulate the markets so they can make the most money possible while scaling out of a position. And it is starting to be widely believed that that is what has happened with Bitcoin. So I'll keep this thing open image and new tab. And they'll probably talk about this on the crypto show that I believe is going to be after this one today. Maybe. But you can kind of see, let me hide this. But you can kind of see that these basic structures are also present here with good old BTC, USD. Yeah, I'm not going to completely redraw it, but you could just YouTube it and type like Bitcoin and Wyckoff, and you should be able to find that. It's pretty interesting. I don't know much about Wyckoff himself. I'm interested in learning more. But at any rate, what I see, plain old simple, like no matter whose last name you put on the darn thing, it's a rounded top, y'all. We talked about reversals, I think last week. You got to just get good at recognizing when the reversals are happening. You got to get good at finding the tops and finding the bottoms. And this right here had all of the hallmarks of just a classic rounding top. And then I think when I drew the neckline, so every rounding bottom and rounding top has a neckline. I drew it using this, but let me turn on my pivot points really quick. I'm going really fast, guys. So if you're new to technical analysis, I promise this stuff is not as hard as I'm making it seem. So adding my pivots here. So this support level, let me just see what happens if I bring this line up to this support level from my pivot points. And then I'm measuring from the top here down to my neckline. So this is the absolute top that Bitcoin hit, and then adding it to my neckline. Nope, it's not. Well, maybe it is. So then I turn that horizontal. It's not quite far enough. So before I was using this wick right here. I believe this is how I measured it. So it was like, well, if we're going down, how far down are we going to go? Let's add this. And then, so we add the height of our rounding top to the neckline, which I got from the later in time swing high, or swing low in this case. I'm thinking of rounding bottoms where you will have on your rounding bottoms, you'll have something like this, and then you'll have a swing high here before you start to go out. This swing high is what you want to use for your neckline here. So it follows with your rounding tops, where you're getting some structures like this. you're going to get this swing high. That's the one that you want to use for your neckline, all right? And then we know that our price target for a rounding top is always the highest. Whoops, excuse me. Whoops. The rounding top is always the highest point of the rounding top down to the neckline. And then you take that distance and add it to the neckline. You turn it horizontally, and then it lines right up with key support that we hit in the past at the end of January of this year, or like the third week of January. So that is what I projected as the low. This really, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I don't think these wicks are really satisfying that low. I think that what we're getting here is a bull trap, and that we're going to get one of these. That's what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. That's it. I don't know if it will, but what I'm saying is I'm not ready to get back into it, to really put a lot of money into it from an investment perspective until we find our bottom, and I'm absolutely confident in it. I could be totally wrong, and this could be it, and this thing could go just like that. And that's great. I'm happy about that. But nonetheless, this is our previous support. This is the measurement down from a rounding top. These are patterns that have been recognized since trains were invented. You know? Okay, so there you go. That's Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't know. Higher low, so we Gucci. That doesn't mean Gucci. That means potential bear trap, right? Because when you're talking about impulsive phases and then corrective phases on the way up, the same thing happens on the way down. Same thing happens on the way down. It goes both ways. Yes, your trends upward are normally going to last longer than your trends going downward. Bull markets are the predominant regime in at least in U.S. financial markets. Bear markets tend to be far shorter. But bearish regimes, meaning the sellers are in charge, the buyers are weak. But this has all the potential of a bull trap. So thinking, oh, this is the end. Let's get in, hodl to the moon, blah blah blah. So just be aware of that. You know, I don't know if you're. You never want to just say we Gucci. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. If we Gucci, we Gucci. Oh, on MU? Okay. Oh, okay. Ramon's talking about MU. He wasn't talking about Bitcoin. All right, let's take a look at this. We've been here before. So this is good old Micron. Dude, this was like one of the most popular stocks of last year. All right, so let's get this thing out to a week chart. And we got the big fat. This is the opposite of what we got with Bitcoin. And see how we've got the swing high here, right? On the right side. Neckline a bit higher using this swing high. Although we might be able to use something like this. I want to test something. So right now I've drawn a rounding bottom on Micron, a big fat one. And I've drawn the neckline using these swing highs. So let's measure that out from the absolute low of the pattern, which is about in the middle. So that's just gorgeous. So we're going to add that to the top, which is this yellow line that I got here. So you can see we've already been here. Don't you love to see it? Guys, hit that like button and hit the subscribe if you think technical analysis is really cool.
Right, meow.
Yep. Yeah, so we're looking at MU, Micron Technology. So yeah, this rounding bottom has resolved to the tick. We have hit the price target. So this is why we love rounding bottoms. What is this, guys? What is this? This is a big fat rat snack. Why is it a rat snack? Because it was tossed out into the garbage like refuse, and the rat's going to come in and nibble it until it rides back up. And then what do you get? Big old fat king and queen rats. All right, guys? Snackus of the ratus. As it's been known since ancient times. Chinese rice farmers use the rat snack method. So yeah, there you go. So now where we are now, so I've left these lines on here from a previous charting that I don't even know when I did this. Probably the last time Ramon in chat asked about MU. We were getting a descending triangle pattern Descending triangle, this is the weekly, so let's look at the daily. I might have been wrong about that. I might have been drawing that early. The fact that I circled this makes me think that I was doing it early. So we broke our support in where we shouldn't have broken it. So let's delete all of our drawings and let's do the thing right. Let's do the thing the right way. So number one is, you already know, Ramon. You already know this structure, not unlike this structure with Bitcoin, right? Not unlike it. And then this is, guys, you can screen cap this if you want this. Also follow me on Twitter where I originally posted it, but yeah, you guys can screen cap this. This is just how you calculate your rounding top targets. And then I also added, I use a Fibonacci retracement from this low up to the all-time high, and you get that support level right in here. You get this support level. So the Fibonacci fits right in with the initial shape and the initial price structure analysis that we did here. So that's Bitcoin. So when we're looking at MU, not unlike it, my friend, not unlike it. This to me also looks like a top. In fact, un, deux, trois, the rare triple top. We often talk about double bottoms. Sometimes that bottom is up in the air and it's got a third. So this could be the rare, how do you say triple in French?
Triple.
Triple V. The rare triple V. All right. So we're looking at MU. Yeah, so I would just watch out. So like if you're looking at this like a triple top, you can easily do that just by anchoring in here and then here. And then for a triple top, you're going to want to identify your neckline, which is going to be probably like this. Oops. I'll use these two, and we'll just see where we get. Because ultimately, you just want to look at your price structure and then see if your target is lining up with either previous support or resistance. That's why it's always nice to have some price history behind what you're looking at. And let's just do the full height from the higher end to this supposed neckline and add that to it. And then we can see that adds up pretty darn close with this support from this previous period of consolidation. I'd be willing to bet if I use the middle, so I use the absolute highest distance, it's just about there. So what I would be looking at, I'm going to go ahead and just raise this up, is if we do start heading south, and if this is, like I was saying, a bull trap, you're going to be looking for something like that and then hopefully getting a bounce. But if it gets down here, that you can pretty confidently say that that's the bottom based on the reversal. Because guys, that's what happens when you have a big huge move out of a big rounding bottom. You're going to get a momentary correction. And then otherwise for MU, you guys know I'm a trend trader, so I want to see this thing get back in trend. So I'd like to see a little more of this, so I can draw a nice clean. Where is it? Oh, did I not? I took it off my... Oh, no, it's right here. So I can draw a nice clean channel on it. You know? Which I actually want to do really quick with XHB, and then I'll take another ticker from you guys. So we delete all this stuff. So I want to go back really far. I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to use these. I'm going to use these two and just see what happens. That's probably not ideal. Yeah, that's going to be a super... That's going to go straight up. I'll use these two. No. Let's just take a little look. When you're drawing trend lines, often it's very helpful to use a moving average to give you an initial idea. Right now, I'm just kind of doing it off the top of my head, which is sloppy. So I'm using the weekly. Holding control to anchor it to the points that I'm trying to anchor it to. There, we got 3 swing lows that line up. And then 13 will probably tell me to bring this higher so that I incorporate the previous swing high coming out of pre-COVID. And that's pretty nice. So we've got a channel with a sloping line of support here from 1, 2, 3 swing lows on the weekly for XHP home builders. We've anchored our swing high to the Jan 20 high right before the COVID meltdown in mid-March. And then that gives us, it looks like, potentially an accurate channel where we're hitting resistance at the median here, which you guys should see from this middle dotted line, hitting our resistance here, and then coming out of this big sort of double candle bearish engulfing candle reversal here at the top, hitting this median as support. So I like to see that. That's actually really nice. Looks like we could be starting another an acceleration in the trend. Also, though, might be looking like we're exhausting it. So going back here, actually not too bad on the RSI. We were just getting really overbought. Not sure how much further this will go down. Would really love to see some more buying come in this week. All right, guys. Dump inbound for what? What do you think, Shane? What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm gonna guess Bitcoin, but that's just me throwing something out there.
Probably. Okay, so I'll take a look at HUYA for Scarjo. Scarjo's here.
Scarjo. Double Scarjo.
Double Scarjo. Okay, so guys, I like stocks that have trends, like clear trends, either in the past that we were looking to obtain to get back into. This one is just trading sideways. I'm not really interested in this. This isn't my style. You can probably make a bunch of money on it if you're watching the fundamentals and all that. And you're able to time like big explosive moves. But honestly, I gotta be honest with you. If you're looking at this 15, 130%, you're better off just trading cryptocurrency. It's got better price structures and swings of like 20% in a day. So you're saying to the moon? No, I'm not. This is not getting my moon designation, my friend. In fact, it's very easy for me to do this.
We like clear, defined trends here on Get Technical.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, the trend is your friend. Okay, we're going to look at Pinterest. If Bitcoin dumps again, excuse me, Aaron Bree. If Bitcoin dumps again, do you think that altcoins will as well? Yeah, I think there are a couple that are contrary to Bitcoin. And I think we're starting to see a pretty clear divergence between Bitcoin and the Ethereum platform, where with a lot of the things that are a lot of the altcoins that are based on the old school. I forgot what like the letters and numbers are, but basically coins that are similar to Bitcoin and how they work have very similar price structures, like totally sympathetic with Bitcoin. The chart looks like the same. But then there are the Ethereum platform coins or currencies or whatever you want to call them. They have a structure that looks like them, looks like Ethereum. So, Bitcoin had a rounded top, and then Ethereum had much more of a V-shaped reversal. Really tight. That's not a rounded top. That is a V shape. With a V shape, usually, so if it's a V bottom, it kind of looks like that. So if it's at the top, kind of looks like that, and that's what we get here. Right? So we joke all the time about the V for Vendetta. Thank you for a Crypto Morning Show. Thank you very much. I don't know the token. I should know them, but to me that's just like more fundamentals, and I don't talk about fundamentals at all because I'm lazy. But we talk about the V for Vendetta a lot on the show because producer Aaron Bree made it up, but it's it's a real reversal, V-shaped reversal. Ramon, Ramon calling out the moving averages. Okay, but I wanted to look at what did Scarjo want?
Scarjo wanted. I think we
hit Scarjo. Now we're looking at pins. So Pinterest on the daily. Let's delete all of our drawings before I bring on our illustrious guest, Silvia Bellrock. We're going to take a look at pins here. Hot mess. Hot mess. This one, so this is the daily. Let's look at the monthly. Yeah, I mean, this is brutal. So I wouldn't want to enter pins now unless I can find a really clear bottom, because we've had 3 red months in a row. This might be the time, but I need to find a very clear price structure that tells me that we found the bottom and that a reversal is happening. So let's check it out. So on the weekly, it does look like it might be happening. But remember, we've talked about this a couple times. You get a downward trend, you get impulses down and corrective moves that go up on your way down. So it's the same thing going down as it is going up. And we call this a bull trap. So let's keep checking it out. When I get to the daily, I'm going to turn on some moving averages. So I, as producer AB knows, I hacked TradingView. Using my deep coding knowledge that I taught myself as a savant coder to create this moving average tool. It's actually created by someone else, and then I just added like 3 moving averages to it. So just kidding. But we want to find some key moving averages. So I'm going to turn on the 20, the 50, the 65, and the 200. And okay. So we can see here that pins has crossed back above the 200. That's very good. That's very good. So let's do another thing. I want to look at just the 50. AB, come on. I want to look at just the 50 and the 200. So when you're in between the 50 and the 200, it can be some real sideways action. A big goal for you right now, and what a lot of investors are going to be watching, is for pins to cross that 50. So anything that you're doing before then, you're targeting the 50, because that's key resistance on pins. So you can look at this like a bit of a reversal. So it's a bit of a rounding bottom, really hard to draw on the daily. So we'll go down to the 4 hour and see if we can get some clear stuff for a neckline. I'm going to turn off my moving averages here. And then, you know what? I'm going to bring in my Fibonacci retracement tool to see if that helps me find something. So let's go to this previous swing high. Actually, I'll use this one. Try on the 4 hours. I should have probably used the previous one. Let me see what that looks like. Yeah, that's pretty good. So these are going to be your row bumps on the way up. Are going to be 67, 71.5. 75, almost 80 are going to be your row bumps going up. But I gotta be straight up with you. I like to keep it a buck. We want to do a little thing that I learned from Mighty Soldier Trades. Andy Cole, check him out. If you're not already a member of his Discord, get your ass in there. Is stay away from stocks as trend traders or momentum traders, which I'm not sure if they're totally synonymous on the day chart. Stay away from stocks that are not trading above the 65 exponential moving average. The ones that are trading above the 65 are the strong ones. So let's look at XHB. I keep coming back to this one. Look at this beautiful ETF. Say it with me now. It's beautiful. Loftily riding the 65 EMA. Every time it touches that darn thing, you buy some more. That's what I've been doing. XHB, keeping me safe, making me feel good at night, knowing that my money's safe. All right, guys, that is enough out of me. Now to bring on our guest for the day, Silvia Bellrock.
Hey, Neil, nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm still in my home country in Bulgaria, and we'll leave tomorrow. So.
Oh no! Are you excited to come back, or are you sad a little bit?
Heading to the States soon, probably. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you were able to join us from the other side of the world.
Me too.
Is there anything interesting happening in the markets?
Yes, absolutely. I've been continuing to trade all those indices. As you remember, I've been talking about those trades in the past, and they've been working very, very well. I actually focused the whole month on those, on the 4 hour charts only. And I have to say, like, the majority of my profits are made from those, and this is really good thing to see. And if I continue seeing that, I will start increasing risk, trying to go to the next level, and going from 1 or 2 contracts to 3 or 4, and slowly increasing size, of course. But that's been working very good. And the good part is also that if you have small accounts, so for those people who have small accounts, this is actually a very good thing, because they have micro futures as well. So you not only that you're trading the big futures, you can trade the normal futures, of course, but you can also trade micro futures, which are much easier and better for smaller accounts.
That's awesome. And guys, give us a 1 in chat if you know what micro futures are. Give us a 2 if this is a new concept to you.
Yeah, absolutely good thing. And I've been watching, of course, some stocks. I continue watching and trading stocks, but I would for sure continue with those futures, because I feel like this is so easy, much easier, because you're focused only on a couple of instruments, only on 3 instruments, for example. And that's just the easiest part for now.
Well, okay, so we got some feedback here from our viewers. It looks to me like pretty split down the middle, which is just about what I would expect. Actually, that's more people knowing what micro futures are than I had expected. So that's great. Jeff says that he's hooked on micro futures. My understanding of micro futures is that they reflect the movement of their underlying future, but they are kept at a lower price so that you can
exactly exactly. They trade a tiny bit differently in the price, but it is at the end is the same chart, same behavior. So this is nothing completely different here, and it is much easier. So I'm using 4-hour chart, because you can make a couple of trades throughout the week, maybe 3 to 4 trades. And it doesn't require a lot of time, like I mentioned. So I like stocks, of course. I trade my main strategy is trading stocks, but this has been in this volatile markets somehow much easier to adapt and to make faster profits. And those 4-hour charts, you're looking at the candle. You don't need to be in front of the computer all day long. You can just basically look at the candles. Like I was trading, for example, this NASDAQ right here. This is the support area. And first, of course, I start with the one with the daily chart. And we see this has been here, support area 12,966. And then from there, I go to the 4-hour chart and look if I find something. And we see this has been a support area. I see this bullish engulfing candle. As soon as I saw that we're going above the previous candle's high, I was long here. I exited around here on Friday. And then yesterday, this was, of course, European time. I saw this nice reversal candle here trying to hold this support. So again, we broke out of this support, came back into the support, and trying to make here some kind of a consolidation, reversal candles above those EMAs. And I entered around here, closed already somewhere here, I think. It was also a very nice trade. And now I'm waiting patiently for another setup. Of course, I will not jump into anything very fast, but that's how it works. And you are then in those kind of futures, like 1 or 2 days, maybe sometimes 3 days, and you can take profits. And that's it. And of course, most importantly, using stop losses, because if it doesn't work, this is not a joke here. This is, of course, with leverage, and depends on your strategy. If it goes against it, might get very ugly. That's why stop losses are a must in this case.
So yeah, just repeating that. If you're using leverage, stop losses you don't get the choice. Use the stop loss. And then Dylan has a good question, which is, where does someone buy micro futures? Silvia, most brokerages, correct me if I'm wrong, will tell you if they support futures trading in addition to stocks or cryptocurrencies or whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah, most of the brokerages do offer that. And there are plenty of brokerages. Of course, I don't want to mention here. I don't know if it's allowed or not, but it is plenty of brokerages, very good brokerages in the US, of course. And you need a margin account. That's the only thing you should think about. And it is pretty easy to trade. It is normally like trading stocks, but the only thing is that they're moving, like for the micro futures, $2 for NASDAQ per point, and for the normal futures, of course, $20, which is a little bit more for smaller accounts. But as you see, they move actually like stocks, and they have expiration date. You have to think about that if you're trying to hold them long term. This is a little bit different, of course, because they expire.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, futures have charts just like stocks do, but they're contracts. Similar options.
Exactly. Yeah. Is this, and the good thing is compared to options, because we've been talking about options. Options are a good thing, but you need different strategies, like I discussed, I think, on Saturday. You need different strategies through those different market cycles. And if you are in a very choppy market cycle and you're trying to buy options, you're just burning money, because if your delta is going against you and starts to decrease, you're just going to lose a lot of theta and time decay. What we have there, the delta is going to go to bad if it goes against you, and you're going to lose your premium, which is of course sad, because sometimes even if you're right on the trade, you still can lose money with those. That's why it's important to know what products are the best during what market cycle and environment. I normally trade options as well, but I haven't traded options recently because of that. So in this case, either if you're an option seller, I am not an option seller, I find it a little bit complicated and riskier. But if I see we're going into some kind of a consolidation or sideways price action, I really want to start focusing on some easier approaches.
Beautiful. And I'm just sort of answering questions here in chat as we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Thinkorswim has it, guys, which is
yes.
So Silvia, sorry to interrupt you. So we were asked which moving averages you're using on this chart.
Yes, I'm using the 9, 20, 50, and 200. In my opinion, the 20 and 50 are important. 200 as well is always important, and it represents the average price of the past 200 days. And also I'm using exponential, but for me, really, it doesn't make a lot of difference if it is exponential or simple moving average. I'm just used to the exponential, and that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so for today, what are you watching for today? I've been watching, I traded yesterday Crocs, actually. I'm watching Crocs.
Is that the shoe company?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I like that. I was a little bit late, to be honest with you. I actually was looking at it here. And this has been a very, very nice growth company. They have increasing earnings per share, increasing revenue. I'm looking at those things. And it's a very nice uptrending chart, as you see here. So I know you are a trend trader, which is important, of course, to find nice momentum stocks. And this has been actually a very good one. Broke out because based on earnings. So this is an earnings winner here. And now it is pulling back a little bit. So I have a stop just here below the support. I entered a little bit late here, but I think this might continue to go higher. So I really like this one.
So when you're setting your stop just slightly below support, are you just doing that by eye, or are you calculating something like a percentage?
No, I don't use percentages. So of course, in general, you need like a proper risk management. For example, if you're going to risk 1% of your account per trade, then you have to calculate the position size based on this 1%. And of course, you have to think overall in terms of micro and micro risk management. And if we're talking about macro risk management, we're talking about the risk of the overall account. So how many positions do you have overall in your portfolio? So for example, if you have, let's say, 10 positions in your portfolio, and for every position you're risking 1%, and let's say the market starts to dump and all of a sudden all those stocks go against you, you have to consider that you might lose 10% of your account. So this is something to think about. This is the macro. And then from there, of course, you have to always think in terms of how much do you want to risk per trade. Everyone is different. There are people who are more aggressive. Some traders are more scared. They want to risk less. But in general, I try to use like maybe 1% of one of my accounts, and then I'm trying to calculate based on that, of course, the risk management. And then I'm putting my stop here, and like I told you, now I'm using stop losses because recently, I'm back holding 2 positions, and I don't want to turn into a back holder on different positions. That's why.
2's enough.
Exactly.
So yeah, so the market has gotten a little bit crazy on Silvia. I remember when you first came on the show was probably right before the end of just super strong momentum and growth, right?
Yeah, that was pretty easy. Yeah. So there, that's the cool thing about the stock market. There are easy times where you can just throw darts and make money, and there are times like the recent weeks and months where you really need to be focused, much more disciplined, more exact what you're trading, more picky. I remember that the times were when I think I joined you the first time. This was an easier market.
I call those the golden days.
Yeah.
Okay, so Crocs is a pick that I would not have thought of, but I'm not looking at many like consumer. Is this a cyclical? No, this is consumer discretionary.
Yeah, consumer. Yeah, consumer.
Okay.
And I have some more if you want. Let me show you some of those.
Whoa, look at this document. Where can I get this?
Yeah, by the way, that's the watch list for the members, which I'm sending once or twice per week, depends on the current market situation. Beautiful. And I'm just sharing the overall market, and I'm sharing here fundamental facts on the company, what are they doing, technical analysis, and trade ideas. So I've been watching AGCO. This is actually a very good one. AGCO.
I want that document.
I can send it to you. So here is AGCO, very nice looking chart. And by the way, we can take a look what they're doing. They are manufacture and distribution of agricultural equipment and related replacement parts. So I'm moving out of tech. As you see, I have more, different kind of sectors here, different kind of stocks, and they have actually very nice growth. Let me just go back and see. They have a pretty nice earnings per share growth rate. 3-year sales growth rate has been 0 though, but they have kind of decent increased funds owning the stock. 8% in the past 4 quarters are buying the stock. I like looking at those things. Again, they're not important, but I think sometimes it's useful to know what the company is doing and how many institutions are involved. Do we have increasement or not? Because this gives you a little bit more confidence when you're entering the chart compared to if you only do it on the chart. Of course, it is working as well, but I just want to have a little bit more information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so this one looks actually pretty cool. Look, 129, what is it? 129.50 is our support area. It is consolidating a little bit, trying to make here a small green candle. I'm gonna watch how it closes. But it looks not bad. I like this one.
So there's an agricultural stock and an ugly shoe stock.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't wear those shoes, by the way.
I'm pretty sure our CEO, Jason Raznick, wears them like every day. Like wears them with suits, with shorts every day. All right. What else are you watching?
What else? Let me see. I have a lot, but I've been really a little bit picky recently. I like this AZEK, AZEK. And this is a little bit choppy as well. You need to wait this a little bit out. I think I brought it somewhere here. I don't remember. Went high, pulled back. Now it is a little bit choppier here. So I would like to see a little bit more, consolidation, tighter candle, something like this. It's not ready yet, but something to watch maybe for the next couple of days, weeks. It might set up, and if it comes here back into this 40-50 support, which is again is tested here once, twice, and also this is the 200 moving average, and also kind of oversold RSI. If it sets up with a very nice, some kind of a nice bullish candle, this might be a good thing to to look for a long.
Yeah, I like this one. I'm adding this one to my watch list because I kind of understand it.
Yeah, very good. I can tell you what they're doing.
It's building products, right?
Is it? I think so. I forgot. Manufacturer of electrical raceway products.
Electrical.
The
Okay.
electrical segment, yeah, electrical segment. Yeah, it's not bad. Nothing, nothing huge here. But the good thing is, look, increased funds owning the stock 19%. So 19% more funds are buying the stock in the past 3 quarters. This is a good thing, actually. And also we have here some decent earnings per share. Last quarter, 108%. This is a good thing. 3 years earnings per share growth rate, 23%. I like seeing when they grow for the past years. Everyone can fake 1 quarter, 2 quarters, but you cannot fake 3 years or 5 years.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching. A couple of those. They look actually pretty decent. Not ready yet, but you don't need a lot of action. You only need a couple of trades in order to make some decent income. That's what I think.
Yeah. So with AZEK, which fits into the infrastructure narrative, in the U.S. right now.
Yeah.
What was your entry point?
I'm not long in this. I think I was long. I don't even remember, to be honest with you, if I was long in this one or not. I've been watching that, but I think the market got shaky. I stayed away. Now it is trying to set up again. So I think this might be another new setup. I haven't traded that.
Okay, so we're watching for what happens next on this one.
Watching it, I want to see something like that. Let me open up my pen here. Something like that. So because now it is downtrending, I want to see something like this: consolidation, higher lows, and then some kind of a breakout of the base, and then I'm gonna long it.
Okay, so when you see this comes up a lot when we're doing picks or just like with my own investing and trading. I try to find when something appears to be in a short-term downtrend, I try to find some sort of price structure that shows that it's reversing. And if I don't see like any sort of consolidation or like a known pattern, I tend to stay away from it and wait until I see that. Is that sort of how you would approach any?
Absolutely.
Sort of?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see nowadays a little bit more confirmation. If it was those easier markets like the beginning of the year or last year, where you're just throwing darts.
Yeah, because everyone just bought the dip no matter what. And
you can just buy the dip. Yeah, exactly. But now it is really a little bit more, you have to be more disciplined, more just more picky with everything. And I want to see in this case confirmation. I want to see some kind of a bullish signal, some reversal candle. Look, we have here, for example, very nice reversal candle. Here again, trying to hold support, something like that. That would be good. But for now it is just going down. Nothing to do here. Patience.
Just being patient. Okay. And then so with this one, is there like a moving average that you would like to see it cross after that period of consolidation? So say you see a reversal, is there like where is your line for buying?
Yeah, so if I see some kind of a reversal and it does something like this and starts to go above this consolidation, like a small tiny breakout above consolidation, or some kind of a candles like this couple of doji candles and continuation above those doji candles, this might be a signal. I really don't look necessary around at those moving averages a lot. They, in my opinion, are helpful. They can be helpful, especially if you have very trending like this. If you look back here, this was a very small consolidation compared to this pullback. This pullback has been very small. So in this case, they are pulling back exact into those EMAs, moving averages, and start to consolidate here. And then you can use them as an entry and put your stop below. Mm-hmm. But this is working only in very uptrending markets. If you have deeper pullbacks, like right now, they're just below. So the moving averages are above the price, which means actually this is a bearish sign. That's why there is nothing to do. But if I see a consolidation around here, that might be the signal for me.
Okay. And then overall for the market that we're in right now, how do I want to ask this? So my take on the market right now is that you're going to get fewer wins, but the wins that you get have potential to be a lot more volatile to the upside. Does that versus before, like you might get you could win on almost everything, but then you're taking smaller wins. I don't even know if that's the case.
Well, it depends how do you want to how are you seeing that. So for example, if you are trying to catch some decent move in the past, you still can catch huge moves. Like last year we have a lot of those growth stocks went like 100-200%, so you can still catch those, but then you have to wait much longer. You have to be patient and stay in them because they move slowly. You just get in and forget about them and do something else. Now it's more like you get in, but you have to be perfect with your entry. You cannot chase because they can they can have deeper pullback, and you have to be faster with your exits because normally we are now in a market situation where, let me just pull up my my pen again, where you have more something like this price action, that, and then if you enter here, you have to exit here. You have to be faster because now they are not just trending upside slowly and you're holding them and nothing is happening. If they reach resistance, most of them they just reverse and dump, and you can give back a lot of your profits if you don't realize profits. So that's the difference. You have to be faster, but also they reach your target faster, like you said. Because of the volatility, they can reach your target much faster compared to 1 year ago, where you just need to give them some time to slowly grind and all that kind of stuff.
Well, Silvia, thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us Crocs, AZEC, Crocs and AZEC, and then I think another one, or was it just those two? Oh no, you showed us the NASDAQ futures and
AGCO or something. I forgot. AGCO or
the agricultural one. Yeah, I forgot what that was. So guys, sign up for Silvia Bellrock's education. Get that newsletter that has the market overview as well as picks with the stop losses and all that kind of stuff included. And you'll get to find out what that stock was. Something to do with agriculture. So Silvia, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Neil. It was, of course, as always, fun to talk to you. Stay safe, guys, and have very good profits this week, Neil. We're gonna see each other next week.
Thank you. Talk to you next week, Silvia.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Give us a like for Silvia. Silvia rocks. And tune in next Tuesday because she's with us every Tuesday. All right. So one thing. Thank you, Tiny Pie. And do I have my audio? Yeah, I do. One thing I want to touch on as we get to a close here. I'm just going to go back to XHB. Shout out to Michael. Michael, baby. Hey, let me tell you something. We should hang out sometime. All right. It seems like we're into the same stuff. All right. So you got two home builder stocks right there. Loving them. AZEK is one of Silvia's. Looking at the XHB, remember what I said about the 65 EMA? Look at us touching the 65 EMA. It's beautiful. And also on my price channel, it's right at the median, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm going to buy some more XHB today. And as always, I'm going to keep my 3% trailing stop loss because I got paper hands. I got 3% trailing stop loss paper hands. That's just how it is. And I like to sleep on the weekends. I like to not pay attention to my stocks. So if something goes sideways, I'll take a 3% loss and then look for a re-entry, whatever. Or move on to something else, right? The medium average. So yeah, that's about it. And really quick, I'll pull up AZEK so you can see it with the 65. I think Silvia is absolutely right. Looking for some consolidation and some sort of reversal price structure. But then crossing that 65 could be a thing there. And AGK, and then BLDR, taking a look at that. Woo! Yeesh! Not only does it have the golden cross with the 50-day crossing above the 200-day moving average, simple moving averages, giving you a great entry back in August. Let me know if you got in back in August, Michael. But it has been bouncing loftily, beautifully, like a little ballet dancer on the clouds on that 65 EMA, and it is now hitting that as resistance across above. Just might be a sign to get into this one. BLDR. Big shout out to Michael for those picks. Guys, up next, we've got Moon or Bust. Is that right, Aaron?
No, sir.
What is it?
We have the Benzinga Crypto Show.
We have the Benzinga Crypto Show with Catherine and Ross. Similar but different, where we're talking about blockchain and more of the fundamental side of cryptocurrencies. So to get your understanding of the difference between the Ethereum platform and the Bitcoin kind of thing that I didn't know about afterward, I should be watching the show. Stick around, guys. Stick around and watch that with Catherine Ross. It is a cryptocurrency show on Benzinga, YouTube live stream. With me, as always, has been producer AB. I'm Neil Hamilton. This has been Get Technical. Happy trading, everybody. Smash that like.
Smash that like. Subscribe.